This one, we're going to dive into the story of Edmund Creffield and the Holy Rollers. Franz Edmund Creffield, better known as Edmund Creffield, was originally from Germany, and he was likely born around 1870, and he was a religious leader that started a movement in Corvallis, Oregon that became known as the Holy Rollers. The Holy Roller movement, which was mainly popular among women, was widely regarded as a cult, and pretty soon you're going to see why. You see, Edmund, he arrived in Corvallis in 1903, and not long after, he declared himself Joshua II and started a church called the Brides of Christ Church. Brides, see? He said, God revealed himself to me. He spoke to me and I heard his voice. And you know what? People believed him. And Edmund, he was an unlikely savior by the looks of him. I mean, he was just a wisp of a man. He was about 5'6". He had light hair, pale blue eyes, nothing commanding about him, but he captivated people with a personality that was described as hypnotic. He had a lot of followers that came from stable and well-to-do families, but he also had followers like Donna and Esther Mitchell who had troubled lives. You see, their mother passed away when the girls were little, and the father left all 7 children in the care of other people. Now, accounts vary about what happened at his prayer meetings, but it was featured in newspapers that he was described as a lusty cult leader who would scream, "Vile clothes, be gone," and then he would strip naked and his flock followed. They would fall to the ground and start rolling, but this has all been debated. Now, there is no debate that these meetings were rowdy. I mean, there was loud moaning, shrieking, screaming, and rolling up to 24 hours at a time, and they were so loud that officials ordered the Holy Rollers out of town, so they moved to an island and set up shop in tents. You see, to outsiders, Edmund's flock was looking more and more like a harem and less like a congregation because the cult was rumored to be staying naked all the time. And similar to other groups with cult-like tendencies, Edmund eventually cast out all but one man, then ordered his younger followers to leave their families and spouses and accept the grace of love only from him. He ended up marrying member Maud Hurt, but was having relations with other women. Then he chose Esther Mitchell to bear his child, who he named to be the next Christ. And she was a devout wife, even when he made a huge bonfire with all of their personal items like furniture and clothing, including a cat and a dog. Other members did this as well to purge themselves from corrupting influences. In 1904, the town was fed up and they tarred and feathered him and ran him out of town. Believing that he was safe, he returned only to be arrested for adultery. A few months after Edmund's release from prison, Donna and Esther's brother George found him, shot him, and killed him. He confessed to everything, but he was found not guilty by reason of insanity.